very brilliant opener.
George Russell wins the Canadian Grand Prix.
We bring you yet again another scintillating package next week. Until then, I remain yours sincerely, Daniel Aderi.
The morning news. The federal government is strategizing.
Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News 24.
Welcome to the news update at 11 a.m. Daniel.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has reacted to viral.
Thanks for joining us on the news desk at 3.
Good evening. Welcome to News Desk at 6, News 24. We're live in Abuja.
What do Nigerians need to know about standards?
BC Limited begins sale of crude oil in Naira.
Factories producing solar panels in Nigeria.
So if this crisis had anything to do with...
Of course, 3 weeks after launching a manhunt for key operatives.
Welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Vivian Ezadife. Now the headlines. Senegal's President Bassirou Diomaye Faye launches new political party, finalizing rupture with former Prime Minister Sonko. INEC announces mock accreditation exercise ahead of Osun governorship election. Nigerian Army kicks off inter-division combat platoon obstacle crossing competition to tackle security challenges. A new party has been launched by Senegal's president on Saturday called Kiri, following his high-profile falling out with his erstwhile mentor and ex-prime minister Ousmane Sonko. Sonko leads the Pan-Africanist party, PASTEF, to which both men belonged and which swept President Bassirou Diomaye Faye into office in 2024. Faye appointed Sonko prime minister immediately after becoming president, but the relationship eventually soured and culminated in Sonko sacking in May. Faye unveiled the new Kire party, whose name is Wolof for protection or shield, during a packed assembly of supporters in Dakar. Hundreds of supporters teamed up in conference room while others waited outside carrying signs and wearing decorative scarves that said Vive Diomaye, announcing the new party, which has the slogan Republican Patriot. Diomaye said it was built on republic, ethics, transparency, fraternity and work. Brazilian Senator Flávio Bolsonaro has formally been launched as the Liberal Party's presidential candidate in São Paulo, promising to carry forward the political projects of his father, former president, ahead of Brazil's October 4th election. Francis Udojo has details.
Footage shows attendees watching an artificial intelligence-generated video simulating Jair Bolsonaro's image and voice. The Bolsonaro AI-generated message said, as I quote, "This is a simulation of my image and my voice made with artificial intelligence. I am imprisoned and silenced by an unjust and arbitrary decision based on something I never did. But I guarantee you one thing, no prison will silence the feeling of hope that we awakened." End of quote. The former president is serving a sentence of 27 years and 3 months under humanitarian house arrest after a final conviction for his role in an attempted coup following the 2022 election. A Supreme Court order bars him from issuing election-related manifestos, including through third parties. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also appeared in a record video congratulating Flavio Bolsonaro on his presidential candidacy. Netanyahu also said, and I quote, "You are a great defender of Brazil. You are a great defender of the friendship between our peoples. And I know that you will lead Brazil to achieve ever greater accomplishments. Congratulations." End of quote. During his campaign, Flavio Bolsonaro portrayed the 2018 stabbing, his father's imprisonment, and the restrictions surrounding him as 3 attempts to remove Jair Bolsonaro from political life. He accused opponents of silencing the leader of the right and promised to free Brazil from what he called the dirty hands. Bolsonaro also called for constitutional changes, lower taxes, and tougher criminal laws. His proposals are treating 14-year-old convicted of rape as adults, longer prison terms for assaults on women, and chemical castration for people convicted of raping children. Meanwhile, at a separate Workers' Party convention in Campinas, President Luis Lula da Silva, speaking of himself, said, "This 80-year-old young man will win the elections again, signaling his intention to seek a 4th presidential term overall." Lula is currently serving his 3rd non-consecutive term. Lula, who turns 81 in October, said his commitment to Brazil continued to drive him. Francis Udojo, NTA News.
Federal government has called for immediate de-escalation of the ongoing tension between the Houthi militia in Yemen and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said Nigeria notes with deep concern the reported attacks and is urging all parties to exercise maximum restraint. The ministry said parties should refrain from any further actions that could inflame hostilities or endanger civilian lives and regional peace and stability. The statement further urged the parties concerned to prioritize dialogue, diplomacy, and peaceful means of resolving differences in accordance with the principles of the United Nations Charter and international law. It also added that any further escalation of the conflict risks undermining regional security and stability. The federal government therefore reaffirmed its commitment to the peaceful settlement of disputes and expressed readiness to support all genuine efforts aimed at restoring calm and promoting lasting peace in the region. As Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu prepares for talks at the White House on Tuesday, Iran's military warned that any renewed U.S. military action against the Islamic Republic could trigger a broader conflict across the Middle East. Francis Udojo tells us more.
Iranian army spokesperson Mohammad Akraminia said if the United States once again falls for Zionist deception and persists with the war, especially through airstrikes, the conflict will expand across the region. Akraminia maintained that Iran's defensive capabilities already extends across the entire Middle East, describing Washington's current strategic position as difficult and unsettled. He revealed that the war had already expanded to the Bab al-Mandab Straits at the entrance of the Red Sea, referencing the recent military flare-up between Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels and Saudi Arabia. Akraminia stressed Iran remains fully prepared to respond to any military escalation. Francis Udojo, NTA News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it will conduct a mock accreditation exercise ahead of the August 15, 2026 Osun governorship election to assess its level of preparedness. In a statement signed by Ario Rufiu, head of Department, Voter Education, Publicity, Gender and Inclusivity, the Commission said the exercise is scheduled for Saturday, August 1st, 2026, and will be held in designated polling units in 12 local government areas across the state's 3 senatorial districts. The selected local governments are Oshobo, Oluronda, Efelodun, Boripe in Osun Central, Ebedore, Ede North, Ede South, and Ejibo in Osun West, as well as Ilesha West, Ilesha East, Oriade, and Obukun in Osun East. INEC explained that the exercise is designed to test the functionality and efficiency of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, under conditions similar to election day, stressing that there will be no voting during the exercise. The Commission urged all registered voters in the selected polling units to participate with their permanent voter cards and reaffirmed its commitment to conducting a free, fair, credible, transparent and inclusive governorship election in Osun State. The Theatre Commander Headquarters Joint Task Force Operation Hadankai, Major General Abdusalami Abubakar has described the air component as critical in the successes recorded in combat operations. This was when the Director of Public Relations and Information Headquarters, Nigerian Air Force Air Commodore Ehime Ejodeme, and the Air Components Commander Joint Task Force Operation Hadankai paid a visit to the Theatre Command Headquarters in Maiduguri. The operational visit comes as the Nigerian Air Force is to continue to explore frameworks for embedded journalists with military formations during operations, a move aimed at improving reporting accuracy, enhancing transparency and countering misinformation through first-hand experience.
The purpose of our visit particularly is actually with regards to strategic communication to drive the narrative with regards to what we are doing in Operation Hadankai in this theatre. This theatre is, like you said, the flagship theatre of the armed forces of Nigeria.
When you talk of countries like Trinidad, Guinea-Bissau, so imagine what it takes for a theatre to have a landmass of over the size of some countries. You can't do that without the air component command from the Nigerian Air Force. So that's one of the key roles that you see the air component command playing for us in Operation Hadankai. Again, it's the issue of precision strikes. Because this is asymmetric warfare, you will need to take a close look at civilian harm mitigation. So most of our strikes are precise strikes to take out the threat.
Initiative, the theatre commander says civilian harm mitigation is now a doctrine adopted as a guide that provides direction for policy and action. Growing security challenges across the country have prompted the Nigerian Army to commence a 5-day inter-division combat platoon obstacle crossing competition in Makurdi. The exercise brings together combat teams from formations nationwide to test physical endurance, tactical skills, teamwork, and response to realistic battlefield situations. Blessing Omeche Ebute reports that the competition is part of ongoing efforts to sharpen the operational capabilities of troops and ensure they remain mission ready to tackle contemporary security threats.
From scaling towering walls to crawling beneath razor wire stimulations, every obstacle tells a story of courage, endurance, and the unyielding spirit of a soldier. These were the defining moments as the Nigerian Army officially flags off the Inter-Division Combat Platoon Obstacle Crossing Competition, a demanding contest designed to push troops beyond their limits while sharpening the skills required on the modern battlefield.
Beyond the contest for medals and trophies, This competition serves as a practical platform for enhancing combat efficiency, strengthening esprit de corps, and fostering healthy rivalry among formations.
Force Commander Operation Wellstroke, Major General Moses Gara, who represented the Chief of Army Staff, described realistic training as the backbone of military success, stressing that victory in combat is determined long before the battlefield through rigorous preparation, discipline, and teamwork.
To the participants, approach the competition with utmost seriousness, interest, and a spirit of camaraderie. I also urge you to imbibe a team spirit and endurance to enable you to face the adversary during combat.
The competition is aimed at accomplishing the Chief of Army Staff's commitment to effectively defend the territorial integrity of the nation and emerging security challenges. In Makudi, Blessing Omeche Ebute.
This is the news on NTA International. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
You have no better friend and partner than Nigeria. Let this unveiling today be a call to conscience. Let our practitioners hold the line of truth. To the media, please inform with integrity and with a deep sense of patriotism. To our public officers, communicate with transparency. To citizens, please let us speak with empathy. Let us come together to become the voice of responsibility, the voice of the world that heals division, that inspires hope and drives development.
Welcome back. Moving on now, beyond the headlines and official briefings lies the reality of military operations, what the Nigerian Air Force believes the public deserves to understand through accurate and responsible reporting. To deepen media engagement and strengthen public confidence, the Directorate of Public Relations and Information organized its maiden operational visit for defense correspondents to the air components of Joint Task Force Operation Hadankai in Maiduguri. Among those on the mission was the defense correspondent Olajide Bello, who brings this report.
The operational visit commenced with a simulated mission command briefing where the Air Components Commander, Joint Task Force Operation Hadankai, and senior personnel outlined the day's operational objectives, mission strategies, and command structure. The briefing was followed by mission preparations as Nigerian Air Force fighter pilots operating the A-29 Super Tucano, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance ISR crew, the Mi-171 combat search and rescue team, and the Super Puma casualty evacuation crew geared up for a series of tactical demonstrations.
That is the morale. Rise up!
Operational personnel expressed appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, for their unwavering support while reaffirming their resolve to sustain operational effectiveness in the fight against insurgency.
Transit time might take a while for us to get overhead to location, but I assure you there's never been a time where the Air Force is called upon and we don't respond.
So you get to, it's part of our own responsibility of showing our degree of accountability and transparency for people of Nigeria to see what we do and to also understand the sacrifices made by the personnel operating night and day in this area.
The Chief of Air Staff has also improved our welfare feeding wise. Now we have sufficient money to eat breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that keeps our morale very high. We are ready to fight Today, we are ready to fight. Tomorrow, we are ready to fight next year.
The exercise also featured a call-to-arms simulation demonstrating the air component's rapid emergency response capability. In a display of inter-service collaboration, reinforcement teams from the Nigerian Army swiftly responded to the simulated threats, showcasing the coordination, dispersal tactics, and operational synergy employed during real-life combat situations. Even at night, when most of us are about to retire to our beds and have a sound sleep, officers and men of the Nigerian Air Force are not sleeping. They are about to conduct a close air support for ground troops, and this makes the custodians of the sky always willing, able, and ready. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to transforming the Nigerian Army University Bill into a premier institution for specialized military and civilian capacity building. A statement by the Special Advisor Media to the Minister of Defense, Leah Katumba Batunde, says General Musa stated this while receiving the university's governing council at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja, where he assured the management of sustained strategic support and emphasized that the institution remains critical to equipping personnel with the technical and operational expertise required to defeat complex contemporary security challenges. To bridge specialized skill gaps across the national security landscape, the minister disclosed that the Ministry of Defense will collaborate directly with the Armed Forces of Nigeria to fully utilize the 30% admission quota allocated to military personnel. The Pro-Chancellor of the institution, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, commended General Musa for his tenacious leadership and strategic foresight, noting that his contributions continue to strengthen Nigerians. A viral claim alleging that the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, ordered officers to shoot anyone found with illegal firearms has been dismissed by the Nigerian Police Force as false, misleading, and a cross distortion of the IGP's remarks. A statement by the Force Public Relations Officer, CSP Ani Iniedu, says the Inspector General never issued any shoot-on-sight directive during the stakeholders meeting in Mokodi, Benue State. The force explains that the IGP's comments were taken out of context. IGP Disu merely reminded officers that only duly authorized security personnel are legally permitted to bear arms, while stressing that the proliferation of illegal firearms continues to fuel kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry, cultism, and other violent crimes across the country. The police also reaffirmed that the use of firearms by officers is strictly guided by Force Order 237, which clearly defines the circumstances under which lethal force may be lawfully applied. It emphasized that the IGP never directed officers to shoot anyone solely for possessing an illegal firearm. Reaffirming its commitment to professionalism, the rule of law, and respect for human rights, the Nigerian Police Force assured Nigerians that all policing operations will continue to be carried out within the provisions of the Constitution and established legal frameworks. The force also urged journalists and members of the public to verify security-related information before publication or circulation, warning that misinformation can create unnecessary panic, mislead citizens, and undermine public confidence in security institutions. The major takeaway from the three-day validation workshop organized by the Creative Media Sector Skills Council in collaboration with the National Board for Technical Education is the adoption of 40 national occupational standards to guide skills training, assessment and certification in Nigeria's creative industry. Halima Babali reports.
Critiquing and validating the curriculum for the creative sector is only going to help in creating an opportunity for those who are coming behind us.
It's something very commendable that now we have professionals that there is a standard to benchmark our activities.
These are some of the key areas facilitators emphasized at the conclusion of the three-day workshop. The initiative is aimed at creating a pool of qualified, job-ready young professionals equipped with the skills required to thrive in Nigeria's creative media sector.
We are now developing standards and validating them for full implementation by skill training centers across the country.
Nigeria is changing the narrative now. Let's see what we can offer.
Chairman of the Creative Media Skills Council, Fatima Haliru, says the validation exercise is designed to establish nationally recognized occupational standards that will guide training, assessment, and certification in the sector.
Now we have standards. Now we have something that standardizes our creativity and whatever we do in the creative space.
Stakeholders believe the workshop will go a long way in reshaping, standardizing, and strengthening Nigeria's creative economy in line with the renewed hope agenda of the present administration. Halima Babali, NTA News.
Live in NTA.
Nigeria has assumed the chairmanship of the African Telecommunications Union ATU Conference of Plenipotentiaries for the next 4 years. The development follows the successful hosting of the Union's 7th Ordinary Session in Abuja, which brought together ministers, regulators, industry leaders, and policymakers to take decisions on Africa's digital future. Nigeria is also among the 25 countries elected to the ATU Administrative Council, giving the country a stronger voice in contributing to continental telecommunications and digital policies. At the closing ceremony, Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, called for deeper cooperation among African countries, stressing that the continent's digital transformation can only be achieved through collective action. He reiterated Nigeria's commitment to working with African countries to accelerate digital infrastructure development, strengthening digital skills, and promote responsible innovation. For Nigeria, the new leadership role provides an opportunity to attract investment in broadband and emerging technologies and advance issues critical to the country's ICT sector. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed Dr. Wasiu Olariwaju Smart as Special Advisor to the President of National Assembly Matters, House of Representatives. He replaces Honorable Ibrahim Olariwaju, who resigned to contest for an elective post in his hometown. Olariwaju Smart is an accomplished scholar and public policy expert. He holds a PhD in educational management from Leeds City University and a master's in public administration from Harvard University. He is an Edward Merson Fellow in public policy at the Harvard Kennedy School. The 40-year-old policy expert was also a Leaves Fellow at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and holds a professional diploma in public relations from the London School of Public Relations. He was a policy fellow at Quantum Alliance AI, USA, focusing on AI and civic tech. Olariwaju Smart was Senior Special Assistant to the President on Intergovernmental Affairs, a position he held until this new appointment. His public policy research portfolio includes work on several landmark legislations, such as the Interest-Free Student Loan Acts, among others. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, indicates that President Tinubu is confident that Olariwaju Smart will use his experience, intellect, and commitment to strengthen legislative coordination and relations between the presidency, MDAs, and the House of Representatives. This appointment is with immediate effect. And this is where we end the news on NTA International. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadifi.
Nigeria's greatest resource is not its oil. It is not gas. It is not lithium. It is not even the sunshine that stretches across the vast landscape. Nigeria's greatest resource is its people. For every challenge confronting the nation lies a generation waiting for the opportunity to solve it. Nowhere is this more evident than in the country's rapidly evolving energy sector, a sector undergoing one of the most significant transformations in its history. As Nigeria pursues universal access to electricity, embraces renewable energy and accelerates its energy transition, the need for visionary leadership has never been greater. It is against this backdrop that one initiative seeks to prepare the next generation, the Dr. Mustafa Abdullahi Energy Leadership Fellowship, a platform designed not only to develop leaders, but to shape the future of Nigeria's energy sector. For decades, access to reliable electricity has remained one of Nigeria's greatest development challenges. Despite enormous energy resources, millions of Nigerians continue to live without electricity. The Electricity Act has opened new opportunities. Renewable energy investments are expanding. Private sector participation is increasing. Innovation is reshaping how electricity reaches homes, schools, and businesses. But infrastructure alone cannot transform a nation. Transformation requires people, visionary leaders, policy experts, innovators, entrepreneurs, and young Nigerians prepared to lead. At the center of this vision is the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Energy Commission of Nigeria, Dr. Mustafa Abdullahi. His leadership reflects a commitment to positioning energy as a catalyst for national development. Since assuming leadership of the Commission, his administration has championed initiatives aimed at strengthening energy planning, expanding renewable energy adoption, encouraging innovation, and supporting Nigeria's clean energy transition. From strategic collaborations with government institutions, development partners, academia, and the private sector, the Commission continues to promote policies that improve energy security while advancing sustainable development. Beyond policy formulation, the Commission has intensified efforts in research, energy efficiency, renewable technologies, and human capacity development. Recognizing that the future of the sector depends on today's youth, Dr. Abdullahi believes leadership development is just as important as infrastructure investment. This conviction inspired the creation of the Mustafa Abdullahi Energy Leadership Fellowship.
I'll first of all congratulate them. It's not easy. Almost 2,000 people come through applications, and finally we got 80 fellows here. It's not easy, so I know that we've selected the best among the rest, the best of the best in the country. So what I would advise them to do is to take advantage of this. This fellowship would not end here. We're here for a week to develop this capacity, to bring them together and tell them, advise them how they can move forward, bring in mentorship closer to them. We intend to continue this mentorship until they get where they want to be. So I advise them to take advantage of this. Don't go to bed. Skill yourself up. Rethink. Relearn. Don't think you know it all. Keep learning until you get to the top.
Every generation is remembered for the choices it makes. Some build roads, some build institutions, and others build people. For Dr. Mustafa Abdullahi, investing in young Nigerians represents an investment in the future of the nation's energy sector.
Nigeria's energy transition requires more than policies. It requires courageous leadership. It requires innovative minds, ethical professionals, strategic thinkers, and servant leaders who are willing to put national interest above personal ambition. I charge each of you to become advocates of sustainable development, ambassadors of clean energy, champions of innovation, and examples of transformational leadership wherever life takes you.
The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Energy Commission of Nigeria, ECN, Dr. Mustafa Abdullahi, empowered more than 80 young Nigerians through the maiden edition of the Mustafa Abdullahi Energy Leadership Fellowship 2026, a week-long leadership and capacity building program designed to equip participants with leadership skills, mentorship, professional networks, and startup support for Nigeria's energy sector and broader national development. The week-long residential fellowship, initiated and fully sponsored by Dr. Abdullahi through the DAM Foundation in partnership with the APC National Youth Wing, brought together carefully selected young Nigerians from across the country for an intensive program focused on leadership, energy policy, entrepreneurship, innovation, governance, and sustainable development.
My team and I visited a rural community in my state, and when we got there, we discovered that children struggle to study at night because they are living off the electricity grid. We also discovered that over 85% of households and local businesses in those communities uses after NEPA. Who knows after NEPA here? Is a lantern that uses disposable batteries. And when those batteries are discarded to the environment, they contribute to environmental pollution and also lead poisoning, which affects their health. And we asked ourselves, how can we be able to solve this problem? We discovered that the issue is affordability and accessibility, in the sense that when you come to the energy market, the people that need this energy most, they can't even afford it because they are living below $2. That gives birth to One Plastic. One Plastic is the first commercialized low-cost solar lantern that is made from waste plastic bottle and electronic waste from discarded laptop batteries. When we do that, when we go to rural communities, we give them these lanterns for free, and then we set up a smart solar charging station where they can come to charge the lantern. This station is managed by rural women as a source of job creation and empowerment.
I'm into the sales and installation of the system. I designed the system. I troubleshoot when there's a problem. I gave a quick response to customers. But in essence, many businesses already know the importance of a reliable energy, but not even all households can afford it without affecting their working capital or their cash flow.
Ikole is in Ekiti State local government, and what we are doing is we are building a biogas energy solutions for them. We are not just powering people, we are also powering productivity. How do we do this? Ikole economic activities involve agriculture and trade. We are using their agricultural bio-waste to power their trade. And the global biogas market today stands at $52.22 billion. The Nigerian market rate is $90 to $110 million. And the current projection estimation is at $114.18 billion. And that market is what Nigeria needs to leverage on.
Years later, Nigeria has about 40 million MSMEs, and imagine 40 million MSMEs relying heavily on generators, fuel generators and diesel generators. You can imagine the impact that would have on our climate. And over these businesses spend roughly 150 to around 300K on fuel monthly. This is not because solar does not work. The problem, in fact, Nigeria has about 5 to 6 hours peak sun daily because Nigeria has one of the best suns in the world, right? So it's not as if solar does not work. The problem is just in the process. Businesses don't know which size system to buy. They don't know the right configuration. They don't know which installer they are going to trust. And also they don't know which installer to trust. And also they don't have people that have systems cannot monitor the performance of their system. And that is why I'm building Solar Switch. So Solar Switch is an AI-powered all-in-one system that is going to help the switch from generators to solar. Very simple.
It was 6 days of lectures, policy dialogues, mentorship sessions, panel discussions, innovation workshops, team projects, and networking engagements before the program culminated in a colorful graduation ceremony. Designed to bridge the gap between leadership potential and national development, the fellowship exposed participants to practical knowledge and emerging opportunities within Nigeria's energy ecosystem while equipping them with the skills, values, and networks required to drive innovation, promote sustainable development, and provide responsible leadership in their various fields. Throughout the program, participants interacted with senior government officials, policymakers, development experts, academics, and private sector leaders who shared practical insights on leadership, governance, innovation, public service, youth development, and Nigeria's evolving energy landscape.
Your discipline throughout this fellowship, your commitment to learning, your resilience, and your enthusiasm have reassured me that the future of our nation is indeed bright. Remember that certificates may open honors. Certificates indeed may open doors, but characters sustain leadership. Knowledge may create opportunities, but integrity preserves them. Influence may attract followers, but service is what builds lasting legacies.
Among the distinguished personalities who delivered lectures and participated in interactive sessions with the fellows were the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu Ude San, the Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande Wisdom, former President of the Senate and former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Rural Electrification Agency, Engineer Abba Abubakar Aliyu, and the National Youth Leader of the All Progressives Congress, Honorable Dayo Israel, alongside other accomplished professionals, public officials, and development experts. The fellowship climaxed with the presentation of certificates and an empowerment package valued at over 17 million naira, including startup grants ranging from 500,000 naira to 5 million naira awarded to outstanding fellows to support innovative ideas, enterprise development, and community-based initiatives.
As you leave this fellowship today, let your greatest achievement not merely be that you attended MELF 2026, but that the MELF 2026 changed the way you think, the way you lead, and the way you serve. Dear fellows, the energy sector is not merely about electricity, solar panels, gas, hydrogen, batteries, or infrastructure. It is fundamentally about the people. It is about improving lives, reducing poverty, creating opportunities, empowering industries, strengthening healthcare facilities, enhancing education, and securing a better future for our great generation yet unborn.
The Mustafa Abdullahi Energy Leadership Fellowship is more than a week of lectures. It is a platform for discovering potentials, a network for nurturing innovation, a commitment to ethical leadership, and a reminder that sustainable development begins with empowered people.
To express my profound appreciation to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose renewed hope agenda continues to create pathway for young inclusion, innovation, entrepreneurship, and national development. Mr. President's commitment to empowering young Nigerians continue to inspire initiatives such as this fellowship. I also wish to especially appreciate the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. I extend my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu Ude, SAN, for his visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to advancing science, technology, innovation, and research as critical drivers of Nigeria development. My appreciation also goes to Honorable Minister of Youth Development, Mr. Ayodele Olawande Wisdom, whose dedication to youth empowerment and leadership development continues to inspire programs that invest in the next generation. I I am deeply honored by the goodwill and support of the former President of the Senate and former Secretary to the State Government, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, His Excellency Senator Ayim Pius Ayim, GCON, whose statesmanship and encouragement have continued to inspire emerging leaders across our nation. I sincerely appreciate the DG of the MD REA, Mr. Abba Abubakar, my brother, for his valuable contribution and steadfast commitment to expanding energy access while supporting the development of young professionals. Permit me to also express my heartfelt appreciation to every facilitators here present, mentors, speakers, panelists, and resource persons who shared their knowledge, practical experience, and wisdom through this fellowship.
As these young fellows return to their communities, they carry more than certificates. They carry ideas. They carry responsibility. They carry hope.
As we gather here today to bring the curtain down on what has been an inspiring, enriching, and transformational journey, my heart is filled with profound gratitude to Almighty God, whose grace has made this moment possible. 6 days ago, we welcomed brilliant young Nigerians from different parts of our country into this fellowship with a shared vision to nurture a new generation of ethical and innovative and visionary leaders. Today, as I look around this hall, I see not just graduates of a fellowship program. I see ambassadors of hope, innovators in waiting, solution providers, and future architects of Nigerian energy future. To every fellow, I say congratulations. You came here with curiosity. You embraced learning with humility. You challenged ideas respectfully, built friendship across regions and backgrounds, collaborated with one another, and demonstrated that Nigerian youth, when given the right opportunity, possesses limitless potential.
The future of Nigeria's energy sector will not be defined only by megawatts generated or transmission lines constructed. It will be defined by the leaders prepared to imagine new possibilities to solve old problems. And to ensure that every community, every business, and every child has access to the power needed to thrive, the journey has only just begun.
Here is the morning news. The federal government is strategizing.
Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News 24.
Welcome to the news update at 11 a.m. Daniel.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has granted to viral.
Thanks for joining us on the news desk at 3. Good evening.
afternoon. Welcome to News Desk at 6, News 24. We're live in Abuja.
What the Nigerians need to know about standards.
PC Limited begins sale of crude oil in Naira.
Factories producing solar panels in Nigeria.
So if this crisis had anything to do with...
Of course,
3 weeks after launching a manhunt for key operatives.
Inflation has become so obvious that the first...
This is Sports Limited, broadcast to you from NTA News 24 right here in the capital city.
A Keegan comeback! All for your winner by unanimous decision, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman!
3 to 12:38. Kenny Harrison, who got the best start of all of them.
Taylor Fritz is a quite magnificent champion.
Head inverts. Ahead now, breaking free and scoring the fourth.
Why do we always have to throw the baby away with the bathwater?
A penalty save also in that very brilliant opener.
George Russell wins the Canadian Grand Prix.
We bring you yet again another scintillating package next week. Until then, I remain yours sincerely, Daniel Aderi.
As it sounds, it's not an iron. It's perfectly ceramic, an innovation put together to deter vandals from carrying out their nefarious activities.
I am living proof that entertainment can take you to all the incredible places, to meet all the crazy creative minds. Join me for the behind-the-scenes stories and the unforgettable moments.
Sure, we're going down, but only on this escalator. At the Ministry of Interior, service is on the rise, spec-driven, people-focused, no standing still.
For accurate and up-to-date information, for insightful and real-time education and entertainment, NTA News 24 is the station of choice. And that is why our watchword is news and more news.
This is Sports Limited, broadcast to you from NTA News 24 right here in the capital city.
A Keegan comeback! All for your winner by unanimous decision, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman!
3 to 12:38. Kenny Harrison, who got the best start of all of them.
Taylor Fritz is a quite magnificent champion.
Head inverts. Ahead now, breaking free and scoring the fourth.
Why do we always have to throw the baby away with the bathwater?
A penalty save also in that very brilliant opener.
George Russell wins the Canadian Grand Prix.
We bring you yet again another scintillating package next week. Until then, I remain yours sincerely, Daniel Aderi.
These credible people can manage the funds of local government properly. There are a lot of respected traditional rulers in the state who can say, look, enough of this thing. Mr. Governor, welcome. Thank you for coming. When you win, what will you do?
I was first override that mobilize women within the local government to form the National Council of Women Society. By creating awareness in women that they must serve, they must be part of what is happening within their community.
The state governors, the presidency, that's the federal government and the local government are all waiting for revenue from crude oil. Every state has something peculiar. So the emphasis now, if your local government has something peculiar to that particular local government, the emphasis should be keep producing that particular product. You need to prevent the ability of the terrorist groups to generate funding, their ability to recruit, and then their ability to access weapons. Absolutely like this way, right? So I sit in the front row in the church. If I'm going to Mountain and calling people are passing, they've got in-house. What am I doing? I'm mentoring a new generation. They say that the only way to be taken seriously is to begin to have a lot of money.
Morning Nigeria, live every weekday between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the network service of the NTA.
They are bold. They are creative. They are shaping the future. From classrooms to global stages.
Welcome to today's episode of The Conversation That Matters.
Nigerian youths are making an impact like never before. We are duty-bound to promote ingenuity, courage, and patriotism. Join us on Impact Nigeria as we spotlight stories that inspire, innovations that drive changes, and voices that matter.
What is patriotism to you? Patriotism simply refers to love of country, commitment to country, determination to face odds in defense of country, and the eagerness to speak with pride about country.
Impact Nigeria, rekindling patriotism, live every Saturday by 5 p.m. on NTA News 24. Join us.
Welcome to 30 Minutes. Our focus is on next of kin and media Samson.
It's not like everybody just goes around doing Cicerone section. There has to be indication, that be a reason to do Cicerone section.
Beef starts to come between families. This one wants this, that one wants that, and then the fight is just crazy. And
to write you as my next of kin, it means that there is that closeness between us, and I trust you too much.
If cesarean section is the best option for you as a pregnant woman, go for it. Many thanks for watching. I'm Lydia Samson.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another.
This is the network service of the NTA.
TerraCube, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
We're here to bring it back. FC Barcelona and 1xBet. Color your game.
And the best student in basic digital literacy is Jadin. Very good. And the best student in kinesthetics is Jamil Lawal. The best student in robotics is Tiara Kolawole. This award goes to the most punctual student of the entire school. And the winner is Lisa Solomon.
Company is telling me that she makes her daughter skip breakfast just to be here. You people could have just asked. I would have been happy to tell you my secret.
Enjoy instant goodness with John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate. The quickest start to your morning.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Cube or Rap Joy. Unleash taste.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener. It's infused with nourishing oils and conditioning proteins so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Welcome to Skill Up Nigeria, Industrial Training Fund's television program celebrating innovation, craftsmanship, and the skilled hands shaping our nation's future. Join us and share in our over 50-year journey of empowering Nigeria's workforce and impacting the nation's human resources. Tune in and connect with experts and skilled workers sharing real stories that inspire. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. Skill Up Nigeria, powered by ITF.
When the rain comes, some see water, others see a test of survival. But when the water rises, it tests the roads and buildings. It asks how far people will go to protect the work that feeds their families. In Lagos, many traders are thinking beyond the ordinary to keep their livelihoods afloat. Sometimes, the smallest things carry the longest stories. A fermented seed, known by different names across Nigeria, continues to season meals, sustain livelihoods, and connect generations. These and more this Sunday, 9 p.m. on the network service of the NTA. Newsline, where stories touch the heart.
About a technology that is revolutionizing how we live, work, and even think. Biohacking and wearable tech. We are living in a world where your watch not only tells time but also warns you of a potential health crisis. Welcome to Tech Mode, the show where innovation meets everyday life. In today's world, productivity isn't just a mindset, but a measurable science. That's the reality we're exploring today.
Let's put this Apple Watch to the test with its Breath app, which is designed to guide you through a quick relaxation exercise. This feature uses subtle vibrations and visuals to help regulate your breathing and reduces stress. Let's see how it works. The watch is now guiding me to inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Each vibration syncs perfectly with the visuals on the screen, making it easy to focus and relax. As I follow the guided breathing, the watch is monitoring my heart rate in real time. You can already see it's adjusting as I relax.
Wearable technology has rapidly become a cornerstone of modern life. These devices are not just accessories, but they are tools that provide deep insights into our health and habits.
Fitness trackers monitor steps, calories, and heart rates, enabling users to make informed decisions about their wellness. Sleeper trackers offer a glimpse into our nightly routines, revealing patterns and suggesting ways to improve rest.
They are becoming very innovative when it comes to the manufacturing of devices, because you can see there are something called an O-link that you just wear it on your finger, you sleep, and then it tells you how your sleep has been, what's the problem with your sleep. You can see it's a very progressive and innovative field, and it's something we doctors are happy about, unlike the common notion that it is going to take our job.
Meanwhile, glucose monitors have revolutionized diabetes management, providing real-time blood sugar levels and allowing for better control of the condition.
There are pumps that you can just attach to your arm. You can be moving out throughout the day. When your blood sugar is low, it will not release insulin, and when it's high, it will release it. So it's like an external pancreas. That is the organ that regulates your blood sugar. You can see how that is very useful in terms of controlling a patient's blood pressure. Sometimes blood sugar. Sometimes someone forgets to inject their insulin. But you can use a pump, for example. You don't have to remember. You can easily just set the pump. It does its job, and you're okay.
But can wearable tech go beyond health to transform other areas of our lives? Indeed, wearables are not limited to health alone. They are extending their reach into productivity and lifestyle. Devices like smartwatches now serve as personal assistants on our wrists, handling notifications, reminders, and even voice commands. Innovations like smart glasses and augmented reality headsets are pushing boundaries, enabling hands-free navigation, work, and entertainment. These advancements highlight the versatility and growing importance of wearables in our daily lives.
With such widespread adoption, how significant is the economic impact of wearable technology?
The global market for wearable tech is booming. By 2026, it is projected to surpass $265 billion, with innovations emerging in every sector. From fitness bands to medical-grade monitors, these tools are reshaping industries. But with great innovation comes significant challenges, including issues around privacy, data security, and affordability. How are these challenges shaping the development of wearables? and what opportunities do they create? Despite these challenges, wearables are paving the way for biohacking, the practice of using science and technology to optimize the human body. Through wearables, individuals are now empowered to take charge of their health and productivity in unprecedented ways. Whether it's tracking stress level or optimizing workouts, wearable tech represents a paradigm shift in how we approach personal growth and wellness.
Well, you have to say wise about what you purchase to make sure that it's under the FDA approved devices. You can just go and buy devices. Of course, most devices that we use are mainly classified moderate risk, and also seek the